Hello everyone and welcome back to another TF Reviews video. So, I just watched, or just rewatched, about only two of the newer Earthspark episodes, and I completely forgot about these Seekers. So we are going to be talking about Skywarp and Nova Storm, as I call them, the twins. So, we first see the twins in one of the episodes, actually one of the first batch of episodes that came out for season 1, and that's pretty much when they're after Prime's left arm, because Mandroid weirdly wants Prime's arm, which, I mean, he could just get somebody else's, but for some reason he wanted the power of a Prime. Whatever. That's kind of redundant. That's already kind of like a already been there, done that kind of thing. So they're kind of fighting for their lives, but the battle between them, Megatron, and Optimus, one of the best fights I have seen in a very long time. Absolutely. I absolutely love that episode. They also have, like, this tendency of, finishing each other's sentences and working together really well. So, I mean, they kind of worked under Starscream, so they're kind of used to working together, so I totally get it. Um, but their dynamic is so, I don't know, it's very different. Like, besides Thundercracker and Skywarp, Nova Storm and Skywarp's dynamic is pretty good. And I love that they're actually voiced by one of the producers for the show. I believe her name is Nicole Dubuck. I want to say that's her last name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. But her voice is fantastic, and I don't know if she's had any past voicing experience, but whew, she has to have some at least, because it sounded great. But anyway, moving on. Um, when they actually capture Dorothy, it's actually cool that they did that. I don't know why. But the way that they're being treated by Mandroid, it is kind of sad, and it kind of brings back some memories with Starscream and Megatron. And I do not approve any physical or emotional abuse. But yeah, they still don't deserve it, honestly. Mandroid, on the other hand, I think he would deserve it. But yeah, it makes me wonder, like, how did Mandroid come across these two, and why are they working with him? That's a mystery that they don't really explain, and I love to see, like, why did they start working with Mandroid? Like, why didn't they just go off to Fiji or something? You know? Like, just live their lives. Just like Frenzy and Laserbeak. Like, there's other parts to the world than just Ainwit Wiki. It just makes more sense. Anyway, when they actually come for Prime to drop off or to collect the Ember Stone, that whole thing was actually really cool. It makes me sad that they did blow up the cave, but it was cool. And I love the art style with the explosions. It's like mixed with 3D and 2D, and I love it. The explosions are just full on cartoon. It's just, ah, man. It brings out my little kid, okay? But yeah, it's their dynamic is very interesting. I know I mentioned that before, but it's just, I don't know why. It just intrigues me. Um, so, like, later on, we don't really see them again after that episode, unfortunately. I think the next time we see them is when the Decepticons are breaking out of prison. Close to the end of season 1, actually. It's not the season finale, but it's actually before it. And it's when they're dealing with the Dweller. And their dynamic is fantastic. I love it. I love that they still kept Skywarp's teleportation ability all the way back from G1. because you don't really see it used anywhere else, not even in the comics that I've read, which is kind of upsetting and kind of a waste. But I like how they're utilizing it more and more whenever we see Skywarp. Nova Storm, I don't know her ability, which is very frustrating. So if you guys can plop that in the comments, I would love to know, actually. Um, so they are very, like, much like a very close sister relationship, and I love seeing characters do that, even though they're not really related. It's just so cool to see. And and working with Starscream, it kind of fits. Like, I don't really see them like working by themselves or with somebody else, really. I don't know why. I guess it's like very similar to Skywarp and Thundercracker, just those two working with Starscream, right? Because Starscream was the air commander of the Seeker unit, and that's still how I see him, regardless of what continuity it is. And I just want those two to stay with him. But in the Dweller episode, when Skywarp has basically had enough, I don't know what's going on. Like, I've seen claustrophobia take place, but it's actually reacted very similar to how she's reacted. But it's I don't know if it's the fact that she can't teleport between solid rock or solid surfaces in general, or is that I don't want to die, you know? Like, I really hope that the writers kind of explain that, because I really don't know if she's claustrophobic or not. It's not explained in that episode, which is very frustrating. And I really, really wished that they wrote in Nova Storm helping Skywarp get through it. God damn it! It was a missed opportunity, okay? Because that would have been cool. But anyway, yeah, like, we don't really see them much in the Dweller episode. Again, very frustrating. But we do see the dynamic between Starscream and Hashtag, which is awesome. So in the season finale, we get to see the twins again, and with Starscream, because Starscream overheard what the Maltos did to help the Decepticons escape the Ghost, which is great, because then you got allies. And then you got Swindle on top of Hardtop with Soundwave in the back. I cannot get over that. I'm sorry. Someone needs to do a drawing of it. Anyway, they don't really have, like, any lines. They only have, like, maybe 2 lines, and that's just finishing each other's sentences in that one portion when they arrive. That is it, and that's really the only time we see them again in that episode. But yeah, the twins, absolutely, probably one of my favorite duos besides Skywarp and Thundercracker. Which I really hope Thundercracker gets in here soon, because I miss him. Or I guess in Earthspark's case, her. I don't know if it gender bended him or not. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It is a little bit of a short one, only because, well, it's they're characters that we don't really get to see much, so there's not really much to tell. So anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and hope to see you in the next one. Stay cool.